Okay, so this is Thinker St. James, and I don't really know what compelled me to want to do a prediction recording, blog, podcast, I don't know, whatever the hell, audio recording of myself predicting um, the outcomes of battles at Battle of the Bay 6, King of the Dot event coming up. I think mostly probably just because I saw the poster and liked the sound of my own voice. But anyway, so I'm going to do a prediction uh, recording predicting the outcomes of these Battle of the Bay 6 battles. So first of all, the main event is Daster versus Verb. I think that Daster, if he comes with the style that he has um, been consistent with in the seamless construction of written bars interspersed with freestyle material, and is really tight with his shit, he will definitely get it. Averb has never been overly impressive to me. I don't dislike him, but I mean, and everybody, of course, with whatever the battle where he really sung that dude. See, I can't even remember. My bad. I don't know. It's either K Shine or Hitman Holler or whatever. But he snaps. Wait, yes, Averb snaps. But I don't know. It's just never been one of the upper top tier URL rappers in my opinion. But not to diss him at all. But yeah, I would say that depending on the disaster that shows up, Daster will take that one. And I guess just briefly to touch on Disaster's performance in his URL battle, I guess it was somewhat underwhelming, but I really think that he pretty much did not switch up his style all that much for it. So I think that the crowd kind of dictated the level of energy regarding that battle, because he really did his thing as he generally does. I think that he came as consistent as he did with in the cannabis battle. I mean, I would say that at least the style was. I mean, I guess the material was not as hard just because of the nature of the difference there. But I mean, as far as performance goes, I think he delivered his stuff as consistently. And the freestyles, as usual, were on point. So I really think that there was kind of a disconnect there with the crowd and whatnot. But yeah, if Disaster brings his A game, he will. I believe he will easily take Averb. Now Averb can come out with some crazy shit and totally blow him away. But I kind of, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to speculate on the bars themselves. But if Averb goes the Arab route, it's then, I mean, I think that his rounds could be lost that way. But anyway, as far as that battle, I'll give it to Disaster. So moving on to the next one is Thesaurus versus John Don. And I think that seeing that battle actually was a main reason why I wanted to record this little thing, because that battle is going to be great. John has consistently proven himself to be one of the better URL performers as I've seen, and I actually have, I've seen him in other leagues, like even some of the I forget which Ahad, I'm pretty sure. He goes out to other leagues and still really brings consistently dope bars. Like, yeah, John has moved up, and I think it's only fitting that at this point he goes against two-time everything, because I think he's earned that, definitely. And as for Thesaurus, after watching that little documentary that he did with Dirtbag Dan, I mean, I've always obviously respected Thesaurus. I mean, come on. I think that goes without saying for pretty much all battle fans, but whether they'll admit it or not. But I think that Thesaurus is in such a unique position nowadays, because he is at the point where he is such an established. I mean, I'd say he's essentially a brand when it comes to battle rap, and keeping himself on his toes and being consistent with his material at this point is something that people have to consider. So I definitely think that that's going to be an amazing battle. That battle will be excellent. As for the winner, that is a hard one to call, just out of respect level for either one. But See, I wanted to just do a little split second decision, but couldn't make my mind up. Okay. I mean, I guess if gun to my fucking head had to pick out of the two, I guess I'll give it to Thesaurus. I really will have to see that battle. If I had to choose at this moment, I would guess I would give it to Thesaurus. Just, I mean, I don't know. I can't even tell. Just I guess longevity wise, maybe reason why. But I mean, John, that battle is very hard to call. Yeah, it's more of one of the deals where I would call it right down the middle until I actually see what happens. Okay, so moving on. Immaculate versus Big K, the last battle of the title card, essentially. Immaculate versus Big K is going to be a bloodbath in favor of Immaculate. Obviously another battle rapper on the level where Thesaurus is at, where it's just a matter of what he decides to do. I mean, and especially Immaculate is consistent with being, I'd say, like creative with his bars, but in a different way. Like, I mean, I always think back to the Manas battle with the blindfold thing. I mean, not even that itself was, some like the prop aspect. Like, you don't need to do that, but I think that he does the same type of thing with his bars alone a lot of the time. Like in the our archaic battle. I've sold more than you know, and I've blah 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 blah. Like that scheme that he did. I've grown more than you sold, or whatever. Like, that scheme was ridiculously good, and I think just different as far as creativity goes than a lot of the modern guys do. And so that's just Immaculate. As far as Big K, I've seen. I mean, like, dude's not a bad rapper, but I mean, spade to spade, the man chokes in every battle that I've seen him ever in. Like, literally every battle that I've seen him in. I might have missed some of his battles, but every battle that I've seen of his, he has choked at some point. And honestly, man, against Immaculate, that's unacceptable. And just nowadays in battle rap, I personally believe it's unacceptable. One thing that in my one little written battle that I did, I was so very specific about learning my material 100%, because I just think in this day and age, if you're going to be a performer like that, it's if it's unacceptable for a Broadway performer, doing a staged performance, then it is unacceptable for you. You have the exact same amount of time to prepare. So anyway, that's a little rant on that. But yeah, so Ilmac easy in that battle. Okay, so DNA versus Pass, I think, is an excellent matchup, and I think that's going to be another really great battle. I will give that to DNA just off of what again, I guess, just judging off of consistency and past performance kind of deal. Pass is an excellent battler, and I think it'll be a very close match. And I think that one is one that could definitely could be go the other way very easily. I would just say, just off of this clash of styles aspect of it, even though they both rap hard bars, I think that Pass's delivery versus DNA's delivery will be a bit of a contrast, especially since the material will be kind of the same. So yeah, I will give that to DNA. But Pass definitely has a great shot at winning that battle. Next is Ladaze versus KG the Poet. I think that's a very even matchup. I think both of them are kind of like in that sort of like under tier a little bit, and I don't mean that in any kind of derogative term. I think that both of them are kind of slept on in a lot of ways. And Ladaze has actually been really consistent over the years. I've actually said that he's tight with it back since like the grind time days. So like Ladaze actually is. I will give that battle to Ladaze. I think that KG is definitely tight as well, but as far as what I've seen of the both of them already, and just their styles comparatively, I think that it will be very consistent, and I think that Ladaze will edge it. With that being said. So, okay, next on to the battle that I think of all of these battles I'm looking forward to the most, and that would be Dirtbag Dan versus Charlie Clips. That battle, God bless whoever fucking came up with that one, because that is definitely going to be an excellent fucking battle. That is going to be a fest of comedy bars mixed with some decent fucking hard shit to go in there and make a goddamn entertaining ass fucking rap battle. I think that kind of that battle right there is pretty much the like that. Those are two of the guys that I think are in my range of why I like battle rap so much, because they both are consistently humorous with their bars, but still back the punch that you need to make battle rap, what it is, and have the bite and the edge and all that. So yeah, Dirtbag Dan versus Charlie Clips, big fan of both of them for their styles, and that battle is going to be really, really awesome. So anyway, as far as a winner for that, I will give it to Dirtbag Dan, only for the fact that Dan, at least as I have seen, is one of the few battlers that I have not seen choke. Charlie Clips is good with the freestyles, but if he's not well rehearsed in his written material, I think it will not play to his advantage in this battle, because Dirtbag Dan is so consistent. So yeah, if Charlie Clips comes 100% hard with it, then he could easily take it. But I think that, well, not easily take it. I mean, if he comes legit with his bars, it would be a definitely a completely even match, I'd say, between the two of them. But as far as the consistency sake goes, I will give it to Dirtbag Dan in the moment there. So that'll be a great one, though. Okay, so next after that is the Dead Man versus Chilla Jones. That is going to be an excellent battle as well. Two dudes who are, I think, maybe one step above Lada Zay and KG the Poet, as far as the, maybe I would say maybe that they're more on the come up, as where Lada Zay and KG are sort of have been hovering in that sort of, second zone. And I'm saying all this stuff, and I really don't mean to be dissing at all, but it's just where the barometer, I would say. And so the Dead Man and Chilla Jones, I think both of them. I mean, Chilla had that ridiculous battle that saved whatever event that was, as some people were saying. I forget which URL event it was. I lose track of these fucking events. But anyway, yeah, the Dead Man had a great battle with the Source recently. Definitely snapping, and lyrics are intricately woven. I'd say he's almost it's not exactly the same, but similar in some ways to Sir Loxley, who I've always thought was extremely slept on, because his bars are very intricately worded. I'd say one of the more poetic battle rappers, but I guess that just doesn't move tickets or whatever. But I don't know. That aside, I think that's going to be a really good battle. I think that'll be a cool clash of styles, so to speak, but still somewhat in the same realm. So yeah, I think that'll be a really good one, and I will give that to probably to the Dead Man at this point, just because of what I've seen, I think is a little bit more resonant with what I like in lyrics as far as battles go. But yeah, I mean, that could go either way, but I'll give it to the Dead Man on that one. Okay, so Daylight versus Head Ice. This is another great great thing. This is a great thing to happen. Head Ice is like, like the Zen master street battler on the top of the hill, almost in like Swave Seva's category, and obviously they were in the same sort of era starting out, I guess, or whatever. But just that he's this, like, he kind of almost has a legendary presence, whether or not you think that his bars are as legendary. And so, I mean, he just is like, kind of like that guy with it. And then you have Daylight, the fucking crazy guy with a tattoo on his face of the Swan mask, who gets naked in battles and says outlandishly funny shit. He is like a more extreme Uno Lavos to me, and I again don't mean that as this. I like Uno for his performance as well for that shit. If he was tighter with it, he could be a lot more. But I digress on Uno Lavos. Point is, yeah, Daylight is oh yeah, that's gonna be a great match. I really honestly, that's a match that I can't wait to see what angles each of them use, because I mean, Daylight is such a fucking cartoon character with or without the Spawn mask, and Head Ice is ice, motherfucker. So And in that battle, I will definitely give it to Head Ice. I think that he will. Yeah, I don't think that the Batmobile is going to save daylight on that one. So anyway, okay, so that's that. Cortez versus Caustic, good matchup. I have not always been such a Cortez fan. I've grown into being more of a fan over his battles. The Pat Stay battle definitely put me over as I am definitely a Cortez fan. I think he's definitely improved over the years. But Caustic to me is one of the better Bay rappers, or at least I think that he's one of the like A players on the team, and the whole whole arcane shit, I guess, definitely doesn't hurt that opinion. But regardless, though, speaking on that battle, I think Cortez will be as consistent as he has been. He's another very consistent rapper, and I give him that 100% credit for that. Caustic, though, is also very consistent, and I think that his material as of late has been really his battle with John was very good. Yeah, I thought that I think in general, Caustic is pretty much getting himself to be like top seeded, and I mean, I always thought that whatever. I mean, I don't know the whole fucking story behind with the border shit or whatever, but I was definitely hoping that at some point that he would get the chance to go against the top Canada brass, just because I think he deserves that at this point. But so okay, Caustic versus Cortez. I will give it to Caustic. If he, again, if he brings his A game, and Cortez is, on just his grind as well, I think that bar for bar will go to Caustic. Okay, so Nestle versus Remy D. Or Remedy. Always call him Remy D just because the way it's spelled. But anyway, Nestle versus Remedy. See, I almost did it again. I definitely think Nestle will take that easy, not because I don't think that Remedy is a good rapper, just because Nestle is very vetted, and I think just on top of his grind usually, and pretty much almost all the battles that I've seen, he's I think that he gets he kind of gets the raw end, only because his style is so laid back that you don't get the same kind of vibe as you do from more energetic rappers. But I think that he's always been consistent with what he does do in that regard, and his flow and his lyrics, they carry through for that. So yeah, and not to diss Remedy, but I mean, I don't know, just it I think Ness will take that. And I see on Facebook occasionally him saying that he's going to stop battling. I really don't mean to be a hater to Remedy at all, but I feel that for what Nestle has accomplished already in his battle rap career, that for a battle event as big as this one, with this type of card, with this type of talent on the card, he should have gotten a bigger opponent, personally. Again, no hate, but that's just how I feel about that. All right, and last but not least is A-Class versus Tantrum. Obviously, the Asian versus Asian thing is pretty glaring, I would guess. I don't know if they requested that, or if that was, just something that naturally occurred, or if that was something that KOTD orchestrated. But regardless, I don't think that really has much to do with anything. I think that that is another very down the line battle, just for the fact that they both have very similar styles. I mean, they both have that very, very similar styles. In fact, they both have that really like spazzy delivery, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but like when they snap, like you feel it. you feel them snapping. Like I'm really trying to get at you as fucking hard as I can right now. Like usually, like they explode on that shit in like but not in the same way as a URL rapper. Like it's more of like an internal like building pressure that is like at any moment they're really gonna pop a blood vessel type of thing, as opposed to I'm gonna kick your fucking ass. Like you hear the anger in their in their bars very, very strongly. But yeah, as far as that goes, I mean, that's gonna be bars over jokes heavy, because both of them are pretty much like that. And I mean, I don't know. I don't really, I, I, I don't really think that there's a clear edge in that. I would give it to Tantrum. Um, I mean, but well, I don't know. Actually, maybe I might take that back. I might give that to A class. I might have to switch my decision on that one, but only because Tantrum. I might give it to Tantrum on the caveat that he has a lot of like that same sort of like personal information slash personal history with A class. I don't know what their history is, but I mean, the last Tantrum battles that I've seen, he's been really aggressive with his bars, but a lot of that comes like a Illusion Z battle. Obviously it's like a lot of like personal stuff in there, and then that battle that he did in Flip Top, is maybe a little bit less personal. So maybe it'll be more like it could that battle, the Flip Top battle that he did, could be more like the A class battle coming up, in the sense that it's more like the mixture of everything as opposed to like really hitting personal angles. But anyway, I think that A class probably will have the better mixture of bars and jokes in the limited capacity that he does jokes. So I think that again, with all of these battles are as always predicated on whether or not the person actually brings their A game and is consistent, no choking and all that kind of stuff. But that being said, with the A class battle, I think that A class will edge that over Tantrum. So that is my prediction list for Battle of the Bay 6, King of the Dots event coming up. Cool, yeah. Oh, and I got the voice box battles coming up in a couple of days. I'm not battling, but I'm going to watch it. And there's a lot of good battles in that. I should do a prediction vlog on that as well, but yeah, whatever. Anyway, okay, cool, peace.